In Trinidad and Tobago, it is 3 minutes after the hour of 2 o'clock, and it's time to say good afternoon to all listeners logged on, linked on the DJMamoRadioTT.com. We're very happy to have you with us this afternoon. A very important one-hour program with Dr.Batson of Batson and Associates. We've been promoting this, and this is going to be our third program on air. Naturopathy medicine is a healing system that uses natural remedies to help the body heal itself. The goal of naturopathic medicine is to treat the whole person. It also aims to heal the root cause of an illness, not just to stop the symptoms you see at first. Now, at Batson and Associates, their practitioners use many different treatment approaches. These include dietary and lifestyle changes, herbs and other dietary supplements, and so much more. And this afternoon, we're going to hear so much more from Dr. Batson from the company that cares about the health of the people of Trinidad, Tobago, the Caribbean, and even international listeners. You remember last week, Thursday, we received a call from a lady of Grenada, and I'm sure that doctor would have spoken to her after the program and give her all the information that she would have required. So, doctor, good afternoon again and welcome.
Good afternoon, DJ Mamu. Let me say, as usual, always a pleasure to be in your company. So, on a Thursday from 2 to 3, let me say a pleasant good afternoon to the listeners as well of DJ Mamu Radio TT.com. Let me say, of course, even good afternoon as well to our social media followers. We are live on social media. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. So we had some very interesting discussion last program. We had gotten some calls. I hope today a lot of persons would be ready and have their calls and their questions as regards to their specific health issue. Because even though we're speaking about health in general, we always have to take into consideration that your issue might be a particular issue, and your issue would be peculiar to you. So, of course, therein, lies the opportunity or taking advantage of the opportunity to give us a call. Okay, we had touched on circulation problems last program, and today we're going to expand on that a little more because I find circulation issues is something that, a lot of persons have one or two issues with circulation. They always, it's always good to have improved circulation. You don't want to end up with things like DVT, which is deep vein thrombosis. You don't want to end up with things like vertigo, which is problem with dizziness, and those issues where you find that you're not getting sufficient blood flow to your brain and that type of thing. So it's very important that one has optimal circulation in the body. Now, when you look at circulation, we understand how expansive the circulatory system is in the body, because at the end of the day, if you were to take all your blood vessels and attach them together, they would be able to make the circumference of the Earth 2.5 times. So that means that's 66,000 miles. So that just goes to show how extensive this situation of blood vessels are. So it's vitally important, at Batson and Associates that we always try our best to improve and, really to reiterate to our clients, the importance of having and maintaining proper blood circulation. So we're going to discuss, of course, what are some of the products that we offer for blood circulation, especially as regards to our international clients. Keep in mind, I know we have listeners from Grenada, we have persons from Guyana, different aspects of the Caribbean. Keep in mind to, follow us, like us on social media. As I said, we are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. With DJ Mamu, yours truly, Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates. And when people, I remember when I first started Batson and Associates, almost 13 years ago, what was always my mission and my vision was, to really, that company, the logo that we have even, it was Batson and Associates, supporting your health naturally. And what the logo is basically Atlas holding up the earth. But if you look at the logo carefully, he's actually kneeling down on leaves, green. So that just helps to really further emphasize the point of that the support, that the strength that he has, he gains that strength from the leaves themselves. And, that was to really give the connotation and really carry through that whole aspect of supporting one's health naturally. Okay, so let me say a pleasant good afternoon to Miss Josie Smith. She is from London. She's locked in and listening. And she says, around my ankles are dark and I have spider veins. So that, of course, is definitely an indication of poor circulation. What I would suggest you do, Miss Josie Smith, if you haven't done so as yet, is, allow us to, we would be doing work assiduously with our international clients to ensure that we do all your consultations and whatnot. So I don't know if you have reached that stage or if we still owe you a consultation. Whatever it is, please message us on that telephone number, which is 868-314-9975. And of course, to book those online consultations, you also have 1-868-373-2388. So that's 1-868-373-2388. Ms. Rachel Johnson says, happy for all the information today. Ms. Cecilia Edan says, good afternoon, Dr. Batson. Let me say, of course, a pleasant good afternoon to our followers on Instagram. We have Maureen Frederick joined us. We have Ms. Alana Guy joined us. Maureen Frederick says, good evening, Dr. Batson. Kid the Faith Lee also joined as well. Keep in mind, as I said, we are live on DJ Mamu Radio TT.com. And of course, it's an open forum program. Live on DJ Mamu Radio TT.com. And of course, it's an open DJ Mamu Radio TT.com. And of course, it's an open DJ Mamu. DJ Mamu Radio TT.com. DJ Mamu, you hear me clearly? Yeah. I think we just having a little technical problem there. DJ Mamu Radio TT.com. And of course, DJ Mamu, you hear me clearly? Yeah. Just having a little technical problem there. I get enough feedback. TT.com. And of course, DJ Mamu, you hear me clearly? Shakil, when you get a chance, Shakil, come now. I don't know, all of a sudden I just started to get feedback and again repeat what it is I said. So I think we need to get him to send it back for us. Okay. We had a real problem. There was a real problem with the internet, but Jesus Christ.
Alright, I'm going back. You don't have a problem with the other radio system?
No, it's not you. It's his number, maybe the area he into it.
True. Alright, so I'll kick it back to him.
I think he went. Chin, yeah. Yes, DJ Mami, you hear me?
Well, you're on, huh?
Yes. Yeah, what was going on, I was starting to get feedback, like the past sentences I said, I was hearing it over and over again, and I wasn't hearing you.
Okay.
All right.
We're on right now.
Okay, great. So just to remind the listeners of the telephone numbers that they could call and, ask their various questions.
Yes, so we have 337-2287. 337-2287, and WhatsApp also 337-2287.
Okay.
That's the number to call in.
Okay, very good. So Ms. Williams is asking, good afternoon again, Dr. Batson. Circulation is my problem, but I am learning a lot. Presently using the circulation tea and listening from Florida. Okay, I'm so great to hear that, Ms. Grace Williams. Circulation is my problem, but I am learning a lot. Presently using the circulation tea and listening from Florida. Okay, I'm so great to hear that, Ms. Grace Williams. Circulation is my problem, but I am learning a lot. Presently using the circulation tea and listening. Okay, yes. So, with that being said, as she got some very good results with the circulation. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon to Florida. So those of you who may have circulation problems in Trinidad, so we speak into general, what are some of the things to look at? If you're having problems with swelling of the ankles, you find maybe there are some people 1 foot swells. So you might have swelling on the right feet alone, or you may have swelling on the left feet. That could also be an indication of something known as DVT, which is deep vein thrombosis. So it is very important to always know your numbers, even with your blood pressure. you know, we know our blood pressure, your top number is your systolic, your lower number is your diastolic, and as it relates to that whole issue of circulation, because of how extensive circulation is in the body, it's always good to ensure that you maintain proper blood circulation. So water, we know, is a very important thing. As regards to water, it is very, very important that one ensures that they actually consume sufficient amounts of water. And of course, you know the rule for drinking water, your body weight divided by 2 in ounces. At Batson Associates, you could check out our Alkagen water, there where you'd actually get some information. Premium alkaline water that, actually helps you with so many different aspects of your health. And that is something you could always check out, get some information on, and, start improving that circulation from a cellular level. Poor circulation is a cellular issue, and it has to be like most issues in the body, like diabetes, hypertension, it must be dealt with on a cellular level. So, feel free to give us a call or visit. Keep in mind those live nutritional blood cell analysis scans that we have, where we actually able to assist individuals as it relates to different problems in the body, where you have problems with, for example, you may have problems with lightheadedness, you might have problems with dizziness, you may have problems with memory problems, you may have issues with persistent headaches. All of those are clear indication of poor circulation in various parts of the body. Even your eye health, all of a sudden you find you're seeing blurry, you're seeing like shadows and those type of things. It is very important to pay attention to that. So you can feel free to give us a call or visit any of the offices of Batson & Associates. We have our consultants. We also have that test package that we do. We also have a pensioner special because, it's very important that you take care of the elderly. These are persons who would have paved the way for us now, and it's very important that you don't forget the elderly. So at Batson & Associates, we put together our pensioner package, which is quite good value for your money, and most important, it helps you to start to feel good. It helps you to start to make the necessary changes or shifts in the body to bring about more improvement, less headaches, better sleep, better blood sugar readings, better hypertension readings, and of course that is to help you to really improve health in general. So feel free, of course, to give us a call or visit those telephone numbers again. For the Shogunas office, that number is 2228261. That's 2228261. For Debe office, Debe is located on Debe is actually corner Ramsey Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Debe. My apologies. That telephone number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That telephone number is 220-8113. And Tobago, of course, is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number is 226-4553. Miss Cindy Hoyt, a pleasant good afternoon to you. Miss Jennifer Sargent, good afternoon to you. Miss Pearl Nassis, she says, Dr. Batson, can you make a recommendation for migraine headaches? Miss Pearl Nassis, just tell me, where are you? Are you in Trinidad or are you abroad? Miss Lynette God says, what is the pensioner package? We actually have it. Do we have that post up?
It's on social media.
Okay, that is actually on our social media page, but it includes, I know, the blood analysis, live dry blood, your consultation. It also includes your foot detox special. So that's something, and of course that price was actually decreased by like about 40-50%. So it is something that you could actually avail yourself of, and you would be able to get the necessary results. Ms. Pearl Nassi says she's in Trinidad. What I would recommend, I would suggest your water intake. The Alkagen water is a good start. And what you can do is always call the office, and we'll just dot our I's and cross our T's just based on some questions that we'll ask you, and we will further improve that recommendation for you, of course, knowing if you're on any medication or whatever the case may be, so that we'll just ensure that, the protocol is properly well designed and would cater to you, and we ensure that, we everything is effective and efficient the way we would like to have it.
Doctor, the number to dial to get in, listeners, it's 1-868-337-2287. 1-868-337-2287.
Yes, good. So, to keep in mind, get that number. One of the questions that we have, someone was asking about eye health, and they wanted to know, what can be done for macular degeneration. Okay, that's a good question. There's a condition known as macular degeneration. There's something known as age-related macular degeneration. So macular degeneration is degeneration of what? The macula. What is the macula? That is a particular aspect of the eye, primarily, that actually helps with vision, without getting into too much details. So if the macula degenerates or breaks down, it's going to cause problems with your eyesight, obviously, right? So what can you do to improve macular degeneration? Well, first of all, you need to look at your diet. So if you're a person who loves sugar, you love a lot of simple carbohydrates, so a lot of bread, maybe a lot of rice, potato, that white potato, you need to decrease those numbers significantly because sugar is very dangerous. If you don't know, if nobody ever told you that sugar is bad, it is bad is not even a word. Sugar is literally poison, right? Now, some persons might use the argument and say, but there's sugar in everything. Now, that is true, yes, to an extent, but you have to understand that there are different types of sugar. So you have glucose, which is the simplest form of sugar. You have sucrose, and then you have fructose. Fructose you get from what? Fruits, and that could be further broken down into glucose. Sucrose, but what we have some man-made sugars that are a bit problematic. So the thing is, the human body wasn't designed for that, and when you take in those type of sugars, what it actually does, it is actually sends your body into shock, and it significantly causes a response from the pancreas to produce insulin, which is known as insulin spiking. So it actually, that constant spiking of the blood sugar actually causes glucose spiking as well, where the insulin spiking, because what the body does is try to release a lot of insulin to deal with the high levels of sugar in the bloodstream. Because under normal circumstances, nothing in nature is refined enough. It's only mankind started refining things afterwards. So what that means is that you need to pay very close attention to what you consume. And at Batson Associates, as I said, we carry a wide variety of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, some things you may be familiar with, some things you may not be familiar with. But it's just the way in which we put together and design the particular protocol so that we're actually able to now make the necessary recommendations for you. So feel free to give us a call. Utilize the telephone numbers, especially if you're an international client or online, or the number for online or international clients outside of Trinidad and Tobago. That number is 1-868-373-2388. Again, that's 1-868-373-2388. And those telephone numbers again for the Shogunas office is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Daily is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is 226-4553. That's 226-4553. Let me.
And studio number, Dr. Jason, it's those who would like to call, you can use your WhatsApp. That's your 337-2287, 337-2287. And for the international listeners, 1-868-337-2287. Sumati Lady in Green listening, say hello to Dr. Jason. Thank you, Sumati. Chanu Kilawan, DJ, I spoke with Doctor last week, and I'm making an appointment to go see him again. Mary Vishnu Maraj of Florida. Mr. DJ, when I come to Trinidad, I want to see Dr. Jason. I want to pay him a visit. I have issues, but I can't talk about it on the air. See, some people are a bit shy.
Yes.
Arrow Mirage, thank you for your message, listening to us. Those of you who are a bit shy, you can send WhatsApp messages. I'm going to mention it to the doctor. Thanks for your interest in this program. Once again, 1-868-337-2287. You can do a normal dial, or if you want to call through WhatsApp, that's not a problem. You can also do so also. We have a call coming in. Hello, good afternoon, listener. Hello. Hi, good afternoon. Go right ahead.
Good afternoon, doctor.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you doing?
Yes. I am calling concerning postpartum. I have a baby recently.
You have a little situation with
Issues, problems.
postpartum. Okay. You're sleeping properly or you getting problems to sleep?
Sorry?
I say, are you sleeping well or you getting some trouble to sleep?
No, it's not the sleepiness. It's my mood.
Your mood, depression, anxiety, that type of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. That is happened to a lot of persons. What I could tell you, that is very easy to deal with. We have helped persons successfully with that. I would strongly suggest you try and at least, even if it is you come in and get a consultation, or we do an online consultation for you, because that is a serious situation. And I want to ensure that you do reach the point where it gets really bad. But the situation could be corrected. All that is what causes that situation is that when women are pregnant, your body uses a lot of minerals and vitamins, and your body basically, you take a lot out of you in order to give birth to a child. You lose a lot of minerals, you lose calcium, magnesium, your nerves could be affected, and that is exactly what happened to you. So it's a matter now of actually building back your body in accordance with what it is you're doing with the baby in terms of breastfeeding and that type of thing, because you are breastfeeding currently, correct?
No, I don't breastfeed. The baby's over a year now.
Over a year now. Oh, good, great. Well,
Situation.
okay, and if you don't mind, which general area are you calling us from? Central, south, where exactly?
Yes.
Shogunas. Okay, central, nice. So here what to do, my dear. If it is you could get some time next week, please God. If you could call the Shogunas number 222-8261. And I am in that office on Wednesday, please God. We normally have the consultants, so because we have open clinic day every day. You come and I will have a discussion with you and I'll sort that out for you. I'll sort that out because that's not a nice feeling. That's not a nice feeling to have. Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, caller.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye-bye. All right. So, Dr. Jason, do you remember sometime in the news that there was a situation where a young lady, I don't know if she used that as an excuse of ingesting, what was it? Not fertilizer.
Yeah, it was some sort of substance and yeah.
And in our time growing up, doctor, you're a young guy.
Yeah.
By the way, do you understand you celebrated your very first 21st birthday?
Yes, on Monday. Monday I was 21.
With 20 years experience.
Exactly so. 21 with 43 years experience.
Congratulations, yes. You know, a lot of time we grew up with women making babies, but we never knew anything about
postpartum depression and that kind of thing. I'll tell you something, DJ Mamu. You see, the thing is because of the current climatics, the climate that we live in. We live in the most stressful time in history. There is no other time in history that we had so much of stress like now.
You are absolutely
correct. Stress is everything. You have traffic, you have children stress, wife stress, husband stress, money stress, all kind of stress you have. And the thing is, women, and this is not to make any excuse, whenever a female is pregnant, a lot of persons do not know that pregnancy takes a lot out of you. Now, the thing is, our mothers and our grandmothers and great-grandmothers were a bit stronger than some of the women now. And I mean, that might be debatable to a lot, but it's not debatable to me, it's a fact. Simply because they had cleaner air, cleaner water, they had less cars, so they would have exercised more and that type of thing. The diet was a better diet. Good. So because of what we have now, you find a lot of women at disadvantage. And if you don't know, you get pregnant most of the time, sometimes it's not necessarily planned. So a lot of persons do not know how to feed their body properly. And then pregnancy is a funny thing where you have a lot of hormones. So there are certain foods that you might supposed to eat that is good for you, but it doesn't stay down because you have nausea and you're vomiting and all this type of thing. So what you have to do in a situation like that is give the body back what the body has lost from a neurological perspective, from a emotional perspective, from a psychological perspective, from a nutritional perspective. And that is what, these women really need. I mean, I'm not making any excuses for them, but when they do what they do, it is not the thinking of a rational individual because of all the deficiencies that they have as a result of all what has been removed from the body, and it basically needs replenishing. A similar situation would be PMS, which is postmenopausal syndrome. When women going through post-menopause, it's one of the worst things these women literally have thoughts of suicide. They feel to kill themselves. And the thing is, it is not them, it is not a deliberate act, but it's because the body is so deficient and the nerves are so wrecked because of that deficiency that the body cannot cope with it. And as a result of that, they will end up with depression, anxiety, and they will think, and the thoughts is thoughts that a rational person would not have. And that can be helped from a nutritional perspective. I'm not the greatest fan of certain aspects of medicine, and it's not like I'm in disagreement. If you're using it temporarily, is one thing, but you have to be very careful with things like sleeping pills and things like Zoloft and amitriptyline and those various types of things, because in the long run, they can become problematic. So it's a matter of really determining what the deficiency is, determining what the imbalance is, determining what are the core issues, and then when we determine that, fix the problem. And that is an easy fix, very easy fix.
Doctor, do you, in fact, as you were talking about it on the air, would you be able to handle situations with women having that kind of issue with their lives and get them back on track?
Get you back on track, definitely. I have dealt with persons over the years. I remember I actually have a client. The testimony is up on our page on Facebook. Persons can check it out. Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook, on Instagram. We are Batson and Associates TT, and on YouTube we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. And the testimony was given by a mother for her 15-year-old daughter, who came to us in a dire need. It was bad depression, bad anxiety, mental problems, bad painful menstrual cycle. The list was long from here to wherever, really long list. And in a matter of 6 months, she was completely improved. She was able to go and write exams. She was able, excellent results, complete results. And now we're dealing with her other family members. So that just goes to show that, there is hope and persons can be helped, but you just have to understand exactly what you're doing. And one of the reasons for that, we do the live blood analysis, we do the magnetic resonance analysis, and in doing those tests, we actually now have the information to help us to determine, okay, this is where your issue lies, this is the deficiency, this particular part of the body, whether it's the central nervous system, the circulatory system, the lymphatic system needs some work, and then we make the necessary recommendations and start getting you better, because that's what people want. People want to feel good. You don't want to be sick every day. If you're sick every day, the only thing you could go on is disability, And as far as I know, disability is about must be $1,000 or $1,200 for the month. That can't mind anybody. Sorry?
$1,000 is a disability by itself.
Yeah, it's a disability by itself. So exactly. So you need, as they say, your health is your wealth. So if you want improvement, if you have been sick for years, you have diabetes, they're telling you your eyes bad, you're just not feeling good. There are some persons too who may not be feeling good at all, and you have gone all over the place, and they're telling you they test your blood, they do this, and you're good, but you not feeling good. Give Batson and Associates an opportunity. Come, let us do that blood analysis. Do that package with that blood analysis, that magnetic resonance analysis scan. Let us look at your kidneys, look at your liver, determine your biological terrain. And once we do that, we are able to now correct your situation. You have problems sleeping? Man, it have people that come by who can't sleep for 20 years and in a week time they're sleeping. What have we done different? It is determining what is the root cause of your problem. Because my root problem and Mamu problem can't be the same problem. Your neighbor problem can't be your problem. Your neighbor problem can't be your problem. You have to understand we are the same essentially, but in the final analysis, we are different. And we have to determine what is your specific problem and then work accordingly in conjunction with that.
Yes. But doctor, just to add just a few words, that type of situation with the women cause serious family disruptions, like husband leaving wife.
Of course. Kind of let me, that's a very good point, Mamu. You see, the thing is, there are two things that could mash up a home. Two things. Well, there are a few things, but from the aspect of health, and this is not me being facetious or rude in any way. One of the things that could break up a home is a husband's inability to properly satisfy or meet his wife's needs. And that could be a number of reasons: low libido, poor erectile dysfunction, that type of thing. That's one aspect on the male side. Then on the female aspect, that could also break up a home, because there are women who don't really get any, zeal or anything. They don't, and that happens a lot. Now, we could fix that on both sides. I'm telling you that. I'm fixing that for you. Once you're listening to me, when I finish with you, business nice. You'll get, you start to get cooked. You start to get hot food. You're getting tea in the morning. Life will start to go back nice, mamu. But yeah, you'll start to be loved. So the thing is, in both instances, there are certain deficiencies and certain issues that a male could be experiencing to contribute to that. And there are certain issues that women could go through, because if a woman has bad hormonal imbalance, she doesn't want to have anything to do with her husband. She grumpy, she miserable, she buffing now. You nothing happening there. And of course, he is going to get disenchanted. And boy, he is not a doctor. He, you know, at the end of the day, as his wife, they might have trend, whatever the case, he love his wife. But if it is she nagging, he can't take that. He don't come from home from work, he tired. He expecting you to be there, rubbing your head, whatever the case may be. You ain't doing that. So at the end of the day, it's a matter of now understanding. Listen to me. There's a challenge that this female has. There's a challenge as a male that you may have, and we must be willing to understand, hey, I need to fix this, because you're not living by yourself. And if you want help from a dietary, from an exercise perspective, and I always tell people this, Mamu, exercise is a pertinent part of being healthy. The only people who should not be exercising is crippled people. And even if you're crippled, and something up here could move, your hand could move something, you could lie down on a bed and do exercise. Do not fall. And the thing is, exercise doesn't have to mean going in a gym and lifting weights. You could do exercise home. You get 2 nice dumbbells and you start to do your thing. You get a mat. You know, you might need to go to your doctor and get some sort of approval to ensure your exercise. Just be careful, because I am telling you, I've known of instances where doctors have told people not to exercise, and that was the worst advice they get. So get at least a second, a third, or fourth opinion, especially if you have arthritis and those type of things. Because our body in motion remains in motion. Our body at rest remains at rest. That's one of the laws in physics. So you have to understand that mobility, exercise is very important. And what we do at Batson Associates is just basically dot the I's, cross the T's. Very, very important. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon to our Instagram listeners. We have Precious Hills has joined us. Uncommon Girls has joined us. David Critchlow, I wonder if that is Mr. Critchlow boy. He has joined us as well. And of course, keep in mind, we are, as I said, we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson Associates Limited. On Facebook, on Instagram, we are Batson Associates TT. On YouTube, we are Batson Associates Trinidad. And you're listening to me, Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson Associates. And we are on with DJ Mamu Radio TT.com. Our new program, and new in the sense compared to all the programs that we would have done. And this is a program that is going to be a regular installment on a Thursday, every Thursday from 2 to 3. We have a lot of international clients. Those of you who are on the international aspect and you want to get information, you want to find out about a consultation, please check out our Facebook page, our Instagram page, our YouTube page. And of course, you can give us a call on 1-868, that's 1-868-373 2388. Miss Jennifer Valentine has joined us as well. Pleasant good afternoon to you. Miss Valentine, you could type your message to me. I sure you send a video request, but I wouldn't be able to accept any video request at this particular point in time. Okay, my dear? That's one of our very good clients from Texas. Nice lady, you know, she has gotten a lot of results. A lot of her family has come to us and, you know, they're quite satisfied. So, you know, that is our next satisfied customer of Batson and Associates. I'm seeing that Miss Annette Osman is saying, when will you be in Tobago? God's willing, we should be in Tobago early November. We have our dates, so the office will just inform you. We're finishing our new office in Tobago there. So, you know, a lot of good goodies coming from the people of Tobago. Again, you know, we had some one or two little falling outs there, but you know, God is good. And once you do what you're supposed to do, you will get what you need to get, right? So DJ Mamu, again, keep in mind our program is interactive. Any questions?
Well, so some of our 1, 2, 3 persons sent a message, Mr. DJ. I'm a shy person, but I prefer to speak to the doctor one-on-one. Then what you need to do is to get into the office of the doctor and lay your concerns there. And I do not wish to call on air and let the doctor know I will see him soon. Mm-hmm. Okay, so some of these listeners, right, they have personal issues.
Of course, and we respect that. And one of the things too, you know, I wouldn't make recommendations on the radio like that. I mean, I'll tell you to drink water. I might even tell you to use the alkaline water that we use at Batson and Associates. That's not a problem. I mean, it's water. But a lot of persons, you know, you may have problems with low blood count. You may have a little allergy situation. Some persons are allergic to shell food. You know, some persons may be on particular medication. You know, there was a video recently with one of our former health ministers, and he did provide some information that I agreed with to an extent. What I had a little one or two issues, I think it could have been explained further, you know, where he made mentions of people using omegas, and they were saying that a lot of persons coming in the emergency room with issues with bleeding. And, you know, I think with that, one of the things he should have highlighted is that these were persons who were using blood thinners before. So the thing is, if you're using blood thinner, if you're using aspirin, if you're using things like Clexine, if you're using things like warfarin, then you should not go out and buy an omega-3 just like that and start it, because you're already using a blood thinner. And omegas have some blood thinning properties. Now, it wouldn't behave like how those blood thinners would behave, but if you are on blood thinners, you need to be careful with omegas. So I'm just saying that to say I was in full agreement to an extent with what he was saying, but I just think it could have been clearer, especially from the aspect, because it almost sounded as if omega was a bad thing, and that's not the case. But you have to understand, if you're using particular type medication and you're going to use particular type supplementation, you need to go to someone who is well-trained, like myself, where we could give the necessary recommendations. So, you know, as I said, I agree to disagree. The information was quite accurate, but I believe the way it was presented, it could have been a little better. And I, of course, could agree to disagree with whoever I choose to, right? So that's something, again, that, you know. So I'm just saying that is why it's important that you need the consultation, because we need to know what medication you're using. You know, we need to know your history, those type of things. That's very important to ensure that we give you the results that you want in the space of time you want it, without any adverse reactions or any issues. Over to you, DJ Mamu.
Yes. And again, I would like to encourage the listeners, those of you sending your WhatsApp messages, no problem, but get in contact with the doctor. I'm not a doctor, like the person controls. So he will be able to assist you, get your consultation, do your blood test, and you spend a lot of money in parties and so on and lining and so, but aside some money sufficient enough so you can able to put yourself on track, so you'll be able to go to more parties. Right.
Yeah.
No, that's really obvious. I mean, if
no,
you're
of course, yeah. Nah, right? The thing is, if you're not healthy, you can't do anything.
At all.
At all.
Right. So I'm happy that we touched on women's issue today about this postpartum thing.
Yeah, it is a serious thing. Serious.
Right. It's coming, it's bubbling somewhere, and we never knew too much about it. But now we're hearing about it, and the effects, traumatic effects it has, not only on the individual, but family. The family together, this could cause a ripple in the family itself. So those of you having that issue, you can talk to the doctor about that. Blood pressure problems, the diabetes, type 1, type 2, and so on. Go in and speak with the doctor. Make an appointment. Call the number. He's going to give you that shortly. For those of you who like to call in right now, it's available. 1-868-337-2287. You can use your WhatsApp. And we spoke with WhatsApp, and this is on a Thursday between 2 and 3. All the calls are free. So you can call in. Make your calls. WhatsApp free between 2 and 3 on this station, because Google has given us that leeway to have that kind of activity on the station, because it is an internet station. Yeah. And we thank all those international listeners. We have the facts and the figures to show the numbers. We want you to participate, get involved in this type of health issues hitting the country. Stress is the number one. Get rid of stress, and you're going to see how good, and you're going to look good, you're going to shine. You don't need to put any Amarol or anything like that on your face.
Sure, right. You look nice.
Like Dr.Batson recently celebrated his 21st birthday with 20 years experience, and he's looking like a youth.
Yeah, you see the skin? See the hair? Yeah.
He's looking very youthful.
Definitely.
Congratulations again. Wish you, I know you had a big birthday party.
Boy.
I saw it on Facebook.
You saw it on Facebook? Yeah.
What was the girl named Jenna?
Yes, Jenna posted up. My staff did a wonderful, I don't know if there was Mama Guy in me. They had some wonderful words for me. But I told them, I said, and I had so many persons. We had like something like over 800 and something greetings in some other aspect was like 1,000. So, I'd like to thank everyone, who wished me a happy birthday. I just pray to God that I continue to enjoy health and strength so that I could be, a positive influence to all the persons that I've helped and even more persons, as it relates to health and wellness. Definitely. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon to our Facebook family. Miss Kathleen Ishmael says, always a beautiful blessing. Thankful to Almighty God for his gift of medicine. That is Dr. Batson. Thank you so very much for that. And we also have a question. Miss Jennifer Valentine, she says, good afternoon, Dr. Batson. I just came from doing my strength and balance exercise. Excellent. My question earlier was WhatsApp was best for someone with sleep apnea. Okay, so what I'm going to do, someone with sleep apnea usually has to do with an interruption in breathing during sleep. And as a result of that, it literally looks as if someone could stifle or, suffocate in their sleep. So it's a matter of, the airway and the airflow during sleep is not as it should be. Sleep apnea usually affects persons who tend to be obese or overweight because of how it rests, and you have interruption there in that particular airflow. However, there are slim persons who I have seen one or two with sleep apnea. So a lot of times, sometimes, is the passage, the respiratory passage itself being, and then sinus and the nasal passages being primarily clear. So that's something that you need to pay close attention to. We can correct that situation for you, Ms. Valentine. So just give me a reminder on WhatsApp, and I'll just let you know what is the necessary protocols as regards to when we find out what the personal information is in terms of what medication they may use in whatever type of things like that, so that we can actually work in unison with them to give them the results that they would like to have. Miss Lee is asking, what do you recommend for angina? Angina has a lot to do with pain in the chest, very close to the heart, and is usually an indication of some problem with blocked arteries, poor circulation to the heart. And again, that is something that we can actually help with. Just, send your necessary information, whether it's the 314-9975 number. If you're in Trinidad, if you're abroad, you could also send that number as well, so that we could at least get on to you and do a consultation for you, get the necessary information. That's very important. Ms. Denise Stafford asked the question, Dr. Batson, what can I use for, or what could be used for somebody with IBS? And I actually got this question this morning. IBS is an acronym for irritable bowel syndrome. And irritable bowel syndrome is an inflammatory bowel condition. Like most inflammatory bowel conditions, like for example, diverticulitis, Crohn's, irritable bowel syndrome, you have inflammation in the intestines. So the thing is to naturally reduce the inflammation and also remove inflammatory causing foods from your diet. So if you drink coffee, you need to reduce that, your use of artificial sugar and sugars on the whole. So processed food should be significantly decreased or removed from the diet entirely. Tin foods, removed from the diet. And then at Batson and Associates now, we're going to have to provide a particular protocol, vitamin, micronutrients, that type of thing for you. So I suggest again, those of you who send in the information as regards to the questions, it is vitally important under the law, that we will be very responsible in terms of how we're able to make recommendations. And we could only make recommendations responsibly if it is we have your necessary information. So please ensure that you allow us to do that, because we want to give you the results that you want, and we want to ensure that you get those results quickly and effectively. Very, very important. Hence the reason for the consultation and the information. We have put in a system in place as regards to phone consultations, online consultations, because keep in mind, there are a lot of persons like to sit down in front of the doctor, and I understand that and I respect that. But what I'd like you to understand is that information is power. When we have information, your blood tests and those type of things, which you can send for us, we now have the necessary information to work with you. You don't necessarily have to be in front of us. Because if the world used to operate so, there are plenty of things you wouldn't have been able to do. Look, because of COVID, there are plenty of people working from home now. Much people in, it had buildings empty now, because people working from home. Because they had to find a solution to get the job done. So we need to find a solution, because you sick enough, it's not pitch you're playing. You want to get better. So the longer you stay, with your sickness and without being able for us to get the information and deal with you effectively and thoroughly is the longer you suffer. And we don't want that. Okay? So utilize the system that we have in place. We have our consultants. We have our office situation. We are actually even better in this situation because, we normally have large numbers of people to deal with, which is understandable because we're good at what we're doing. But we want to ensure that we become more effective and efficient so your weight is less, but the productivity and the effectiveness as it relates to you is even better. So give us the opportunity to do that. Call those numbers, that international... Yes.
Batson Associates, consultants in natural and integrated medicine. In Chibonas, listeners, pay attention. In Chibonas, 222-8261. St. James, 222-8113. In Tobago, 226-4553. Debe, 341-4813. That's Debe, 341-4813. And there's the number, you can get 386.
The WhatsApp number, or you could call on, this one you'll use, 314-9975. You could send messages on that number. Usually people would send messages, or if they have requirements for products, information, that kind of thing. Send your information there. In terms of your name, your contact, we'll always get back to you and get the necessary information. You can have a private call with myself or one of the consultants. We get all the information. If you need to forward blood testers, we have email, we have WhatsApp, and let us get you the help that you need within the time that you need it. That's very, very important.
And we are speaking with the specialist director, is it?
Yes, senior medical consultant.
Senior medical consultant at Batson and Associates. That's Dr. Jason Batson, Batson and Associates, and he is the specialist medical consultant.
Yes, sir.
In natural and integrated medicine. Repeat, natural and integrated medicine. The numbers we gave out a while ago. Please keep them safe. Call or visit the office and make an appointment. Make a change in your life. COVID already did so much damage to you and to your family and your relatives. And make a change. Say, listen, I want to live. Where do I see myself in the next 5 years? How do I see myself in the next 10 years? What would I be doing? With so many things happening in the world, there's a threat of nuclear war and all that kind of activity. So, we have to understand what's going on out there and make ourselves aware and prepare ourselves for good life.
Yes, definitely. I totally agree with that, DJ Mamu. The thing is, you keep in mind that Batson Associates do not only deal with the sick and people with all these issues, we also very proactive. I myself am a very proactive individual. So if you're young, you might be male, female, and you want to ensure that you continue feeling good because you're looking at maintenance. The name of the game is preventative maintenance. Everybody here or adults know about cars, right? When you buy a vehicle, when you drive a vehicle out of the showroom, the vehicle loses about maybe 20% or 25% of the value as it hit the road, straight out of the showroom. The thing is, there is something known as preventative maintenance. So the dealership will tell you need to do a service every 5,000 kilometers and you do a general service every 20,000 kilometers. The service is placed on the wear and tear and the use of the vehicle and not time. And that is what a lot of people do not understand. You need to service your body. When was the last time you took a detox? Liver detox, a colon detox. Santulan is a 7-channel detox. Cleans and detoxify kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. So that could help an individual who has a problem with not having a detox. You might be an auto mechanic. You might be a welder. You might be someone working in oil and gas. You might be a hairdresser. You might be someone who you might actually be a religious leader in the sense that you may be a pundit. And as a result of that, you do prayers and that type of thing. You remember sometimes you inhale a lot of smoke. I remember having a client who was actually, DJ Mamu involved in that. And he had some little problems with respiratory. And, when he came to us, we did some stuff. We cleaned up the lungs and that kind of thing. And he was so glad for that because he said, Dr. Batson, I've been a pundit for years and, I've been doing prayers and whatnot. And, as a result of that, You know, he had a little 1 or 2 situations. So the point I'm making is that even the job that you do could be a contributor to the problem that you have, right?
Those even the gardeners.
Even right, gardeners, so people who do use things like gramaxone, paraquat, you know, those type of things. Mechanics, as I said, I think I am concerned about mechanics and people who do agriculture. A lot of persons with agriculture end up with cancer, lung cancer, prostate cancer, colorectal cancer. Now, a lot of persons might say there wasn't any study that proved that, but come on, we big people, we know those chemicals are cancer causing. So an ounce of prevention is always better than a pound of cure. You know, that's the greatest advice my great-grandmother taught me. You always try to prevent things as opposed to waiting for them to become very bad. And that is where Batson and Associates comes in. So come, do your blood analysis, get your scan. If you have reached a certain age as a male, you want to know what is going on with your prostate. You may be having problems with your eyesight. You may be having problems with erection, male libido. You might be a female who has problems with polycystic ovaries, fibroids, ovarian cysts, endometriosis. You might have problems with a painful menstrual cycle. You may have constipation problems. And the thing is, if you want help, you know, come and get the help, but you have to look at the issue from a holistic perspective. That's very, very important, because the main purpose of the human body is to maintain equilibrium, balance, or homeostasis. All those words mean the same thing, you know? But the problem is disease can only come when our body is out of balance. You want to lose some weight. A lot of people have weight challenges. COVID was a while ago. A lot of people stay home. Some people put on 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 100 pounds during COVID. You need to get rid of that weight because, you know, you want to start back getting in shape. You want to improve your breathing. You want to improve your energy. And the only way you can do that is by bettering your best. And that is where Batson and Associates comes in. But it's very important for information. So you need to call, you need to come, take some time. We try our best to ensure that your wait is not too long. But keep in mind, if you're coming on the days, especially like Wednesday, Saturday, you can actually come in when we have open clinic days, especially in Shoguna's office, especially in those offices. Do your blood analysis, do your scan, and then you can just have a review, which wouldn't even take long. So the objective is to get you the results that you need to get within the shortest but the most practical time. That's very important. And I always tell persons, DJ Mamu, that discipline and consistency will always carry you further than talent. In anything that you do, you have to be disciplined and you have to be consistent with it. The old people have a saying, what they call it, stick-to-itiveness. Yeah. Stick-to-itiveness. You have to stick to it. You can't just come one day, you drink water, one day you eat vegetables, and you're vexed with everybody and saying, oh God, I ain't losing no weight, I'm going back and eat what I eat. No, it don't work so. You have to be consistent and disciplined in eating for a period of time to see the results. You have diabetes, you want to improve your blood sugar levels, we could do that for you. We could improve your A1C. I could improve your circulation. I could improve your eyesight. But you have to be willing to put in the work. And once you're willing to put in the work, we'll give you the results. Back to you, DJ Mamu.
Yes. Yeah, a number of people want to make the sacrifice.
Yes.
It's like you say, I want to lose 25 pounds. If I'm not going to the gym, I'm going to diet and exercise at home. And then you find yourself after a week or two, you're going back in the same slump.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's the mind, it's a mindset.
It's a mindset. And like with everything else, you know, they have a saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. And what you need to do too, DJ Mam, what a lot of people have to do, you don't start off too enthusiastic. That's the problem. You in exercise for 2 years and you want to go and work out 6 times for the week? Nah, man. You mad.
No. You can't do that.
You can't do that. If you had to start off twice for the week or once, do once a week for the first month, then the next month do twice a week. So by the time you reach the 3rd month or the 4th month, you're up to 4 times a week.
Correct.
And that is it. Pace yourself. Pace yourself. That's very important.
Dr. Jason Batson, and my visit tells me that a number of people lose weight. They want to have a better life. They want to look good, feel good. They want to do good things. But if they start doing it, the encouragement is not there.
Yes.
The mindset is not there to persevere, to get there. That is perhaps maybe one of the most important things you could perhaps deal with.
Of course.
And that is calling for counseling.
Yeah. And you see, the thing is, people have to understand in spirit, in medicine, or the body, as it were. When you look at Ayurvedic medicine, when you look at Chinese medicine, the Ayurvedas, which I did Ayurvedic medicine. I'm a strong advocate of Ayurvedic medicine. Strong. Chinese medicine as well. I mean, and there's a close link. A lot of people do not know that there are a lot of parallels between Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine. Just different names. What Ayurvedic practitioners would call prana, the Chinese practitioners will call qi. But it's basically the same thing as an aspect of energy and energy medicine. And then you have 5 different levels. You have your vital body, which is your energy body. You have your spiritual body. You have your supramental or your subconscious mind. And you have your mental body, which is your conscious mind. But all affects the lower body. So I'm saying that to say that you have to understand that you have to deal with the basic. There's something called a domino effect. If you have 100 dominoes and you push down all the dominoes, and the last domino that falls, which domino do you pick up first to correct the situation? Do you pick up the last domino or the first domino? You have to pick up the first domino. You can't pick up the last domino, all the other dominoes on that domino. So when you have a health problem, you have diabetes, you have poor circulation, your blood pressure high, what is causing? We have to look at the first domino. What is the first domino? What started this problem? Is it that your diet has too much of meat? Most people with hypertensive, they love a meat. Too much nitrogenous waste. Your body cannot break down that amount of protein. So you have a lot of waste being produced in the body. And that waste is causing thickening of the blood. It is causing the blood pressure to elevate. You're not drinking water. You're eating and drinking at the same time. You haven't taken a detox in 1,000 years. What do you expect to happen to you? You're not going to be healthy. So with that being said, I know our time is coming very close. Let me, of course, mention our telephone numbers and locations. We are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. That telephone number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That telephone number is 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number is 226-4553. Keep in mind for your online consultation, all our international clients, we are trying our best to assist you all. We're doing some work on our websites and whatnot. So when those finish, but of course, in the meantime, we cannot allow the grass to be growing and the horse to starve. So we have to come up with a solution to you, for you. So call that number 1-868-373. That's 1-868-373-2388 to have those consultations. Also keep in mind 1-868-314-9975. Check out our Facebook page. Those of you who may not follow us as yet, I suggest you do, because you're going to get a lot of information there, valuable information. You can follow us on Facebook. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. To the listeners of DJ Mamo Radio TT.com, and let me say it's a pleasure to be in your company. And, this is a new venture that we have started, and God's willing should continue for a very long time. And I hope to be able to bless the lives of many people, together with my very good friend and longtime associate, Mr. DJ Mamu. And yes, always a pleasure, sir. And I look forward to next week, please God, when we'll be able to discuss and help persons. Next week, we're going to be discussing the men. We're going to talk a bit about prostate. We're going to talk about erectile dysfunction. We're going to talk about testosterone levels. So men, make sure and get your questions, get your notebook. Ladies, call the men that you need to call so that they will join, so that we ensure that we, as the old people say, you check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Before you go, doctor, before you put your wrap on the program,
yes, sir.
Men for next week about erectile dysfunction and so on. Today, a lot of men they consider that to be what you call a taboo. They're scared of it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't wish to let people know about it.
Yeah, because they figure
that kind of thing. But I'll tell you something: it's better you feel embarrassed and live a life than you hide your embarrassment.
Yes.
And your life going down the drain.
Yes, exactly. Definitely.
And these guys will go and talk to other guys who have the same problem.
Right.
And they'll become problematic.
Exactly. But the whole group all. Now, the old people have a saying, they say a blind man can lead a blind man, or both of them fall in the same hole. So what it is you need to do, and you see the thing is, let me just say something quickly. A lot of the time, males may have problems with erection, and it is not necessarily a issue that cannot be really fixed very easily, A lot of persons sometimes it's just hormonal imbalance. because of your diet, maybe because of your stress. There are some men who work very hard. They are you're family oriented, so you work it to take care of your wife and your children. And nothing is wrong with that. But because you might be overworking yourself, and because you're overwork and overstressed, your testosterone levels lower, there are certain things that not in sync. So it's just a matter of fixing, correcting, cleansing, dotting your I's and crossing your T's. And once you do that, you're all right. You're all right. But you could only correct, or you could only better your best if there is willingness to better your best. And that is what you have to understand. And we at Batson and Associates, that's why I tell persons whenever we end our programs, one of the things we always say is that if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. If you listen to how powerful those words are, you will understand that ignorance, it doesn't pay to be ignorant in this world. We live in the information age now. We have so much things that could help so many persons, and you just want to stay in a corner and mutter and quarrel and say, well, this don't work, or you don't know anything about this. A mind works best when it is open. I despise closed-minded people. Anybody who's closed-minded can't be my friend. I don't have anything to do with you. So it's always good to have an open mind and, look at the information, examine it, and make a decision for yourself. And that is what we do at Batson and Associates. So again, let me say a thank you to all the listeners of DJ Mamu Radio, TT.com. It was a pleasure to be in your household this afternoon, and I hope that the information would have helped you. Keep in mind to follow us on our social media. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. Lots of information there. You can get information on our products, our services, and of course, what we need to do as regards to a consultation and that pensioner special that we have.
Dr. Our team here at DJManuRadioTT.com, we'd like to again extend to you a very happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
21 years experience, and may Almighty God bless you and continue to reach out to those people who are not in the best of health.
Yes.
And they're seeking advice.
Yes.
And may continue to keep you in good shape.
Yes.
And deal with your clients in a more pathetic manner.
Yes.
So they stand carefully, because when somebody is ill, they need love, a certain type of love.
Of course, definitely. Patience, love, understanding, empathy. Yes.
A certain amount of affection to them.
Yes,
That's
yes.
part of the cure itself, right there.
Definitely.
So my friend, wish you all success until next week, Thursday.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Keep smiling, and all the best to you.
You too, DJ Mamu. Take care.
Thanks.
God bless.
So we've been speaking with...
Yes. So, social media. Well, you all got it there. A lot of information. Ms. Farida Bash, do I have to make an appointment for a consultation?
She's on YouTube.
Ms. Bash, no, not necessarily. But what I suggest you do, just call the office and let them know, because we do have open clinic days. So they will actually fit you in a particular slot so that you don't have to wait too long. All right, that's very important. And if you have to do the blood and the scan, whatever the case may be, you're going to have to fast. So they're going to have to tell you exactly how we would be able to work with you. Okay, Ms. Bash? Ms. Josie Smith said, thank you very much, Dr. Batson, yet again. You're very welcome. So social media, Ms. Elizabeth Nandwal, I'm also a strong advocate of Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine. Yeah, they people could say what they want. They are wrong the longest, and it's medicine of a different spectrum. I mean, Western medicine is needed, because, I mean, God forbid, you need emergency surgery, you fall long in an accident, it's the emergency room, and that's Western practitioner. I mean, a lot of it is founded on even Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine. But when you look at surgical, the surgical aspect of medicine, that was in the later years. You understand where surgeons were now trained and whatever the case may be. And surgery is an emergency situation. You don't want to be running and just have everybody opening up because they feel to open you up. You need to be careful with that. So, with that being said, look forward to we're going to let you know what is going on with our program as regards to Saturday, because we're going to try and schedule those programs, which is the program we normally have on the Street 91.9. Our program for these people, for Sky 99.5, that's Sunday from 9 a.m. Most likely that normally runs 2 hours, so 9 to 11. So you can join us for that. And of course, if we're having the program on Saturday, it means that our notification will go up by tonight or in the morning, please God.
First thing in the morning.
Yes. So as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. May God continue to bless you and enjoy the rest of your Thursday afternoon. Take care and bye-bye. What's that, sir?
All the people that are loving us and happy birthday, he was very grateful for all those messages. advantages.
Yes.
Just so you guys know.
Yeah. Thank you so very much. Yes, Shaki, thanks for that reminder. Yeah, I need to put about official thank you. Thank you for all the greetings, for all the blessings, all the well wishes. Whenever people tell you God bless you, people don't understand how I take that to heart, because that carries a strong weight. People don't understand that. When someone tells you God bless you, that's a serious thing. So I take that and I do not take it for granted, and I'm fully and wholeheartedly accept when people tell me that genuine, especially genuine, because that comes from a genuine place, right? So thank you again, and looking forward to be another year in service to you guys. So God bless and enjoy the rest of your day. Miss Carol Jackie Phillips says, had my revisit yesterday and it was truly informative. I'm so glad to know that. So God bless again. Look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday. If we're doing that Saturday program, that's 6:05 to 6:55 on the Street 91.9, we will let you know. But until next week, remember, or until Sunday, sorry, or next time, remember, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Take care. Bye-bye.